Hello Galactic family. Greetings to my children. We consider you the guardians of the new time and the new age, of the love of God radiating on the planet. For you were the ones who came to remind everyone of this feeling and thus raise the banner of humility and charity those hearts that have closed to the meanders of matter. But today I would like to tell you about a transcendental experience, which is the irradiation of your healing from yourself so that you can heal yourself and all those around you. From this deep inner contact you radiate peace, healing and love to all hearts longing for motherly nourishment. I know that many of you simply wonder about the reasons for so many mishaps in life, of so many adventures and challenges. Do you look to the side and wonder where you find this love that some came to speak? And I tell you that this love is not in this world, but in your heart. Although repetitive this expression, we will try to understand it. All love comes from within, so you do not see it externally. It is from a compassionate and superior vision that this love radiates to the world and transforms your vision. But when you immerse yourself in this material world, falling into the vices of matter, that love simply vanishes. For from the material world one does not see a loving view of experience itself. It is a limited world, circumscribed by aspects that you do not identify, do not fit. This world of so many restrictions is what they have of the soil, of the immersion of consciousness in matter. A smaller world, where love is reduced. But when you elevate the same experiences that restrict them, they are the same and they have not changed, but the vision, the point of the observer changes. You rise with the superior vision and then you begin to have glimpses of how beautiful life in matter is, how rich. At this point you stop and begin to observe from an inner silence the existing conflicts, chaos, disputes and understand how small this world is. But as you realize this you rise. It is as if there is a strong mist in the world that blocks your eyesight and you dwindle your eyes on that fog. At that moment they are able to catch a glimpse of the stunning that most of the souls that live on earth meet. They are stunned by the illusion of life, they have forgotten their divine nature. The mist covers their eyes, and then they begin to clash with each other, to push themselves into this play of illusion. But by raising all these experiences from a higher perspective, you simply do not collapse because you are above this fog. And above it you can see how much love exists in the midst of it. For when you look into the midst of this fog the vision is short, but above it it stretches and amplifies, grows, and the world becomes more beautiful. For my beloved, there is much love, there is much learning, there is purification, there is growth, there is a higher understanding that plucks from that highest point of life. So you elevate these experiences above your crown chakra, they are delivered to your higher self and higher up it presents you with a superior view of life that will become the healing of your experiences. And you discover something magical, which is the healing of your own life. You do not need to pray to God, to the saints, you are God Himself, the miracle saints, those who change the perspective of life and then it simply changes and shines in healing. Let's try to introduce them. When you enter this game of illusion, you immerse yourself in this mist. The vision is short and you can only see the chaos and all the difficulty that appears right there in front of you. But when you elevate these experiences to your light body it shows you the fog and you come to understand why so many shocks, so many shoves in this life. And I assure you that life becomes a bit funny, you have that mental lightning of how did I not see this before? Why are we bringing so many exercises to learn to raise their own experiences? To receive the superior vision of life. And in that angle she becomes loving, compassionate with love. This is the vision that brings the elevation of the experiences to its 9th chakra, after the agglutination in the 8th. We have already explained to you the meaning of agglutination, but in projection all your experiences are seen with joy, acceptance, and gratitude. You elevate the experiences to the being of light and they no longer present themselves under the same old perspective. They have already gathered all the behaviors and experiences that are already part of its evolution and its ascensional history. They thus project all these experiences into your body of divine light that will show you in a loving and compassionate way the richness of the experience of life. It is a magical vision of life. And from this brief explanation you understand why some people are able to recognize the beauty of life, while others clash in the midst of chaos. Some privileged have already risen, already recognize this love from their divine body. And life becomes beautiful, loving, but not because it has changed, but because the gaze brings acceptance, compassion, flow, trust, and faith into your own inner God. Others are falling there in the midst of the fog, but those who raise their sight understand what we are talking about in this now, from the elevation of experiences in projection to the body of light. And in this respect every restriction, every aspect of your life receives this process of elevation individually, and thus you open it to the healing of life. The cure of life is not in any treatment, but in opening to the greater understanding, to expansion, is that life radiates of beauty and then all that heals, because it changes. It is still there in the same way, but the flow, the permission begins to lead them to something softer simply because they have come out of the fog and stopped resisting. In every aspect of your already healed life, already agglutinated and projected into your body of light, you become more loving and compassionate and then the world around you is also seen so because your focus changes. How much love, how much charity, how much help there is in your world. But what you observe is chaos. If they disagree, ask a simple information to a stranger and see how it helps you. Call a friend to go to a charity home and see his reaction to that place. Do you realize that it is the vision that changes life? That is why, my children, charity is so important in life, for it leads them to this vision above the mist, where they begin to look at the love that exists. But not because the world has become loving, but because they have discovered the love they keep in their hearts. May my beloved brother be in peace, in the deep peace of elevation. I'm your loving brother. Jesus